Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As I have promised you yesterday that I'm going to cover MCQs, 2020 MCQs every day. So I have come back with more 20 MCQs today. So if you can see here, this is MCQs part 2. This way, every day till the exam, we are going to complete multiple MCQs. So today, a little bit description I'm going to give you about the MCQs, and where the description or the explanation is not needed, I'm going to just change the slide. So let us start. The first question is affiliate revenue is also called as. Now, if you can see here, affiliate marketing is the one where, like nowadays, if you can see YouTubers, the bloggers, and the film stars, the more people are referring to the different sites or different products in their videos, in their blog. That is called as affiliate marketing. So when you are buying such kind of product which is being referred by the bloggers, YouTuber, or the any film stars, so the revenue that is being generated, that is called as the affiliate revenue. Revenue that is being generated by that particular YouTuber or the blogger or the filmmaker. So that affiliate revenue is also called as referral fee. Okay, that means you are referring to some other website or some other product, and you are asking to your viewers to buy that particular product. So the revenue that is being generated by that is called as referral fee. Okay, the affiliate revenue is also called as referral fee because the revenue is being generated by affiliate marketing. Okay, next, standards of EDI. So what is EDI? EDI is exchange data. Here you are exchanging the data, electronic data inter. So you are exchanging the data electronically. So that is the form of EDI, electronic data inter. And this EDI standard, that is the procedure, the protocol, is decided by ANSI, American National Standard Institute, in form of ANSI. You can get the MCQ in your exam, like the full form of ANSI. You can get like that also. So you all have to remember this. What is the full form of ANSI? American National Standard Institute. And what is the full form of EDI? Electronic data interchange. Okay. So the standard of EDI is being decided by ANSI. Okay. The next question. In server side, authentication is compulsory. Okay. So the authentication is being decided by SSL, Secured Socket Layer. S is for secured, the second S is for socket, L is for layer. The SSL is decided. So the server side authentication is always decided by SSL. Okay. And in transaction, we use SET protocol, that is secured EP. So that is secure electronic transaction. Right? Secured electronic transaction. SSL is secure socket layer. So in server side, authentication is compulsory decided by SSL. You can see, check out the answers where the correct answer is first one. Fine. I hope that you all are understanding this. So come on. Coming back to the next entity. An online retail store. Online retail store, if you can see, normally we go for physical shopping. We go for shopping in particular shop. So there we call them as a retailer shop. Okay. So when that retail shop has come online, so we can call it as e-tailer. This can come in the exam. An online retail store. Online retail store. First, what I've told you, retail store. Retail store means what? Where we are going for physical buying. We are physically going for buying or doing shopping in the market. So there we call as a retail shop. That's why it is called as retailer. But when the retail store has come online, so the answer will be e-retail, e-tailer. Okay, the answer is e-tailer. Right. So next question. Amazon.com. Now, Amazon.com is an example of fraud. So here if you can see there are four types of option: B2B, B2C, C2C, and B2B. Now, these are the types of e-commerce. So I'm not giving you a detailed description. I'm giving you a rough description over here. So these all are the types of e-commerce. E-commerce, that is buying and selling over the internet. That is called as e-commerce. That is electronic business. So these are all the types of e-commerce. So here the question is, Amazon.com is an example of which types of e-commerce? Is it B2B? B2B full form is business to business. Is it B2C? B2C full form is business to consumer. And third one is C2C, consumer to consumer, and B2B is peer to peer. Okay. So now Amazon.com is an example. Best example of for Amazon.com will be B2C. B2C will like Amazon.com will come under B2C. So business to consumer will be considered as an Amazon.com. Fine. C2C you can for consumer to consumer we can see further. The question can come like C2C example. If I'm going to give is an OLX. Okay. Use किया और बेच like that. Okay, so one side is also consumer who has bought product, used that product, and then he he is not no more using that, but he want to sell it to someone, so he's selling to another consumer. So OLX is an example of C2C, and Amazon.com is an example of B2C. So for this question, the correct answer is 2, B2C. Okay, next question. Now next, here identify the identity of a person or entity whom you are dealing on the internet. So you are identifying someone's identity here. Okay, so when you are identifying, so when you are identifying someone's identity on the internet, that is what is an example of that? So the example of that is authenticity. So first thing, in the last video we have seen changing the data, not allowing to change the data, that is called as integrity. Not allowing to change the data, that is the message is not altered. So that is integrity. Altered means what? The word alter means change. So you are not allowing to change the data, that is called as integrity. But now when you are identifying the identity of a person, that is called as authenticity. So generally students get confused and multiple people get confusion between authenticity and authorization. So I can give you a best example of authenticity and authorization. Like suppose I'm a student, here there is a person, he is a student. So when he is entering into college gate, okay, so when he is entering into college gate, there the watchman will check his ID card. Okay, so that is called as authenticity, where the person is getting identified whether he is a genuine person or not. Once he is entered into the college, what all rights that students have, whether he has the right to use the library, whether he has rights to sit in the particular class, whether he has rights to go in the particular room, whether he has rights to go in the sports club. So that is called as authorization. So authorization means what all rights that person is having once he is entered into that particular system or into that particular whatever the college you are entering. And authenticity is what you are checking out that person, whether that person is what kind of person is, whether that person is genuine or not. That is called as authenticity. This is the difference. So you can remember by this example. Authenticity, when the watchman check out your identity, that is authenticity. And once you have entered in the college, you are using or what all rights you have to use that particular premises, that is called as authorization. Okay, so here as the identity of a person is checked, that will be the correct answer will be authenticity. Fine. Next. Okay, so next question. The technology behind M-commerce is based on. So in M-commerce, M means what? Mobile business, where you are using app Like we use Myntra app, Amazon app. So we are using app and we are buying some product. So then the technology which is being used behind that m-commerce is WAP. WAP full form is wireless application protocol. Wireless application protocol. So how you are going to remember this? M for mobile. Mobile is wireless. So the technology that will be used will be what? Wireless only. So that will be WAP. WAP, wireless application protocol. So the correct answer will be WAP here. Right? The POP is used. This is a protocol which is when that is called as post office protocol, which is being used for email. So if in case you will get such kind of question, what all protocol is being used for email? So one protocol that is being used is POP. Right? So just for the extra knowledge, I'm giving you nothing else. PayPal. PayPal is an example of what PayPal which is being used. If you can see, it's like a merchant in between two transactions, between two banks. Suppose there is a bank A and there is a bank B, and in between when there is some transaction going on, or suppose there is person A and person B. Person A and person B is sending amount to some particular technology in between. That is the technology is what the merchandise, that is the PayPal. So where you can transfer account or the amount from one account to the another account using PayPal. So PayPal is not a digital cash, or it's not a credit card. It's not a digital check. So it's an online stored value where you store the value, that is where you store the money and you use the money, right? So you can, like for example, you can store the money here in the PayPal, and you can use it for multiple purposes like buying or shopping, anything. So it's an online stored value, PayPal. Next. Okay, so dash. So here there is no dash. So I can put here dash. Dash allows you paperless transaction. As I told you, paperless transaction where it is EDI, electronic data interchange, where it is being allowed for paperless transaction. That means you are not dealing with any paperwork here for doing any transaction. So it is being all handled with the EDI. EDI full form is electronic data interchange. Next slide. So the next question is equal to days 360. This is the question. The question that we have done till now was e-commerce question. So now this is a question of Excel. So you can see here days 360 is a function in Excel. So what does days 360 do? It calculates the number of days between the days you have given here and the date you have given here. So it is asking you how much values will be evaluated by this. So before running the answer, let me tell you days 360 calculate or find out the difference between two dates. The date which you have mentioned here and the date which you have mentioned here. So you must be thinking that it must be 365 days. No, so it won't be 365 or 364 days. Why? Because days 360 consider in a month only 30 days. In a month, only 30 days is being calculated by days 360. So if you can see January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So how many months are there in between this? See, 1st January to 31st December, there are how many? 12. So 12 will be multiplied by 30 and the answer will be what? 360. So the answer will be 360 here. So why it's giving 360? It calculates the difference between 2 months. Whatever the date you have given, it is going to calculate the difference and it's going to evaluate the number of days here. But as days 360 only in a month, it never consider as 28. It won't consider as 31 because if you will see January is having 31 days, February is having 28 days. Sometimes it has 29 also. Then if you go to March, April is having 30 days. So our days, according to the month, the days are being changed. But here you can see the days 360, whatever the month it is going to consider all the month as of 30 days. So when it's going to evaluate the difference between these two dates, is going to evaluate 360. Why? Because 12 months and 360. So as I told you, 12 months are there, and then it is going to multiply by 40 and it's going to give you 360. Suppose here it would have been January and here it would have been February. So if you can see how many months are there, total 2 months have been there. So 2 months means what? 2 multiplied by 30. So how many days is being evaluated? Answer will be, if you can see here, 30 multiplied by 2 means what? 60. So the answer would have been 60 if February must have been there. But now, as you can see here, December was there and here January means total 12 months difference is there. So it's going to value 360. I hope that you all are understanding this. Right. Next. Today returns current. What it's going to return? It's going to return date, date, and time. So today always return date. So from where it is going to return the date? It's going to return the date, whatever the date are being calculated on your system. Suppose here on your system, the date that is being running must be 5th March. Okay. So when you are going to run this function in the Excel, it's going to return the date, whatever is running in your system, in your operating system, that is 5th March. Okay. So today, what does today returns? It returns the current date. Right. Next question. To extract 3 characters starting from second character of the string, Excel, we use what? Okay. So for extracting, suppose I'm writing my name. So here I've written as Samira. S-A. I'm not using any tab and tab here. Next I'm going to use that. Okay, so here I've written Samira. So if I want to extract, what is asking to extract 3 characters starting from second character. What we have to extract? First, second, third. We have to extract 3 characters from where? Second character. 3 characters from second character. So first, second. So starting from here, we have to extract 3 characters. So the countdown will be what? 1, 2, 3. So answer should be AME. So which function we have to use in Excel? It's asking you that. So for that, for extracting any string from the particular string, we use mid function. So how does mid function is used? So here it has given the word Excel. So here see written Excel. From the Excel, we have to extract 3 characters. So from Excel, we have to extract 3 characters, which should start second character. So mid function, let me write mid function here. So mid function takes 3 things. A string from which you have to extract the value. जैसे मुझे extract करना था समीरा. Suppose समीरा से मुझे extract करना है या आपका नाम ले लो आप मेरे नाम की जगह पे या यहाँ लिखा हुआ है. You have to use Excel. So whatever the string is there, string means what? Collection of characters. So whatever the string is there, that will be written first in the mid function. Second, mid function takes the position from where I have to extract. From where I have to extract? From the second position. So the position is being written first and how many string? कितने string मुझे उसमें से लेना है? कितने लेना है? कितने characters लेना है? 3 characters लेना है. So like that, the mid function is being written. First mid will be there, then the string will be there, comma, then from which position is being started, and the last one is how many string you need. So the correct answer will be 2. Right? This way you can evaluate your answer. Okay, so this is very easy to convert uppercase alphabet to the lowercase we use. So what is uppercase? Uppercase means what? This. Capital A, capital B. This is called as uppercase. Okay, this is uppercase. And when you want to convert this uppercase into lowercase, that is your small abc. Okay, so when your uppercase is being getting converted to the lowercase, so which function you have to use? We have to use lower function. And if suppose the lower case is there, suppose I have written here as in small letter, I have written here Sam. Okay, so here in the small letter, I have written Sam. That is a lowercase. I have written in lowercase. I want this has to be printed in uppercase. Uppercase means what? In capital letter. So for that, which function I'm going to use? Upper. Okay, listen carefully what I've told here. If you have written in uppercase and you want that string in lowercase, you want in lowercase, that time you are going to use lower. If your string is in lowercase and you want that in uppercase, then you are going to use string upper. Okay, so what question is demanding? Question is demanding convert uppercase. मतलब वो बोल रहा है कि already string जो है या alphabet जो है वो किसमें है? It is in uppercase. And you want to convert it into lowercase. So how it will get converted into lowercase? By using lower function. Right? Next question. Okay. To search the value in the leftmost column of a given name. So for checking out this question, we should know there are two functions in Excel. That is VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Okay. VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So in VLOOKUP, V means what? V vertical. V vertical. So how vertical is there? This way. This is vertical. It means what? Horizontal. So how horizontal is being indicated? This way. Horizontal. Slanting. V vertical. So we have to remember in this way. V lookup means what? Vertical. Vertical. The column is always in vertical way. Okay. So what is asking you to search a value in the leftmost column? Column it is written. Column. That means we know. And we have to search leftmost. We have to search a value in the leftmost column. The leftmost column. The word column has come. That means we have to use which lookup? V lookup. Suppose it would have mentioned you row. So row means what? How the row is? If we indicate it by a table, in a table, row is always horizontal. Check out here. I'm indicating it with black color marker. See? It always in a horizontal position, a row. This is row. What is column? This is column. This is column, vertical, a vertical line. So column, we look up, row, H lookup. Okay. So here, what will be the correct answer? To search a value in the leftmost column of a given line. So which function we are going to use? V lookup. Right? Next question. Which of the following is not a valid chart type in Excel? Okay, valid chart type means what is not there in Excel. So line chart is there in Excel, bar chart is there in Excel, pie chart is there in Excel, graph kind of chart is not at all there. Okay, graph is not a chart. That is not, there is no mentioning of graph type chart in Excel. So the correct answer for this question will be graph, because it is told you not a valid. You should not get confused with a not what? Not a valid chart type, which is not. Graph is not a valid chart type. Okay. Next, prefix used for a checkbox is. The prefix which is being used for a checkbox is. Prefix means what? Prefix, like now the question has been started of BB. These all questions are of BB. Okay. So now that in BB, before starting with BB, let me give you a short introduction. In Visual Basic, which has a form, and a form contains multiple objects. Okay, there is a form. If you all don't know anything about VB, let me tell you VB, Visual Basic, which is in chapter, that is in unit 3 of your book. That is, or you can talk about chapter 4. So in VB, we create a form. It has a form, and a form contains multiple objects. The object can be text box, check box, option button. There can be multiple objects. Okay, so one kind of object which is there, that is checkbox. Now, what is checkbox? checkbox. You must have seen such kind of checkbox where when we fill online form, it asks us for like uploading the document like Aadhaar card, whether you have uploaded Aadhaar card, whether you have uploaded PAN card, whether you have uploaded N certificate. So suppose we have attached Aadhaar card, so we click here. If we have uploaded PAN card, we will click here. If we have uploaded PIN certificate, we will click here. This is called as checkbox. Okay, this is called as checkbox. This one. This is called a checkbox. It is asking you in a VB when we are indicating a checkbox. So which kind of prefix do we use? Does we use CHK, CHE, CHC, CH? So we use CHK, checkbox. C, H, and K. Prefix. Prefix means instead of using the whole word checkbox for creating a form or for creating a checkbox, we use a short name for the checkbox, that is CHK. Okay, so we have to remember this. There are multiple things like for form, we use FRM in short form. For form is FRM. So there are multiple things. For button, we use PN. For text box, we use TXT. Okay, so for label we use LBL. So there are multiple objects that are there in VB. In case at the time permit, I will conduct a quick lecture for Visual Basic. But as we are studying MCQ, so we cannot go in detail. We have to stick to the particular topic. Okay, so next question. If the property of a command button is set to true, then by pressing enter key from the keyboard, the command gets selected automatically. So what is asking you for, if you all aware about VB, so a command button. Command button is what? It is a button. In VB, a button is called as a command button. Okay, so all the objects has properties. If you all know, whatever objects are there in Visual Basic, all the objects have one or the other properties. Okay, so here it is asking you, suppose if the property of the command button is set to, then by pressing enter key from the keyboard, the command gets selected. So which property of command button from amongst this, which property of the command button, if I'm going to set true, after pressing enter key from the keyboard, the command gets selected automatically. So for this, the correct answer is default. The default property. If you don't know, you remember this way, that if you all remember, suppose if we are entering a form or any form in a website, suppose I'm having any exam, or I'm filling the form for that, or I'm filling admission form from the college website, multiple times we press enter button and the form gets submitted. So how does it happen? Because its default button is true. Okay? Because the default button is true, and by pressing that enter key, the form gets selected, or the command button is get selected. So for this, the answer is default. And it is asking you if dash. So your dash is not there, here will be a dash. If dash property of a command button. So which property? Default property. If I'm going to set default property true, and if I'm going to press an enter key from the keyboard, my command button gets selected automatically in VB. Okay. Right. So to define the access key, symbol is used before. So if we all have used keyboard, so we know. Suppose if I want to select file, we use what? We use Alt F. Suppose I want to save any document, we use Control S. Yes, this way we do. So similarly, so here also, so all keyword is there, S. So if I'm going to press Control S, my document gets saved. Similarly, here also the access key is there, like which key or which key is being used here, so that my symbol is used before the character you want as an access key while setting the caption property. So what is that character I'm going to use, so that when I'm going to press S, my the form is going to understand that I'm going to save the document. If you remember, we always use Control S for save. Okay, so how do my computer know that S is being indicated for saving the document? Similarly, here also, what do we use here? We use ampersand here. Suppose if I want to save anything, like I want Alt, by pressing Alt F, the file option should get selected. By pressing Alt F, the file option should get selected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use ampersand F like that. And I'm going to write file. So by this, my function or my form is going to understand that F is a key or F is a word. If suppose any user is going to press F, I have to do such kind of, I have to follow a command. I have to do particular action. Similarly, like how Control S is there. So for save, if you remember, here for S is being underlined. That means while writing, a developer was making that particular code, he must have written ampersand S over there. That means the S is a key for saving the document. And if suppose the user is pressing S, that time my form is going to follow that particular instruction of saving the document. So the key, the access key or the symbol which is being used before that character is ampersand, whichever character. Suppose for S I want to indicate, or for F I want to indicate, I have to write ampersand before that. Okay, so ampersand is the symbol which is being used before a particular character for making it as an access key. Right? Next question. Okay, now what is the result of val? So what is val? Val always understand a number. Okay, we have to remember val always understand a number. So every time we check out the number whichever it is put, like suppose I'm putting 145 inside val, so it's going to read all the numbers. And while reading the number, suppose val have got any special symbol inside it, so it's going to stop reading before the number. Like if you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. What does this mean? Val is going to read this number first. As soon as it's going to go to the second position, it has find it out that comma is there. Comma, it is not able to. वो उसको समझ में नहीं आता. Comma, what is comma? It only understands number. So what is going to read? It's going to check out 1 is there, and after that something is there, and I'm not able to read it. I'm not able to understand it. So it's going to stop reading the further number and is going to give me the answer as 1. Okay. Like for example, if I would have given here val, and I would have given here 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay. So what will be the output? It would have been 2, 3, 6. Okay. Why? It's not going to read 7 because here it has find it out comma, and here as soon as it had find out anything other than number, it's going to stop reading the further character or the further sequence. So this way the answer for this question will be 1. And here also option 1, and the answer is also 1. Okay. Next question. Okay, so here if you can see what will be the result of that. So here will be 0 because if you can see first only it has find it out A, and A it cannot read character. So it's going to give you the answer as 0. Okay, so here the answer will be 0 because the first thing that it has find out is the A, and that is a character which is not a number, and it's not able to read the character. So it's going to stop reading further sequence and it's going to give you the answer 0. Right? So I think this is our last question. Okay. So this is our last question, and we are going to stop here. Next tomorrow again, I am going to have not, but this was not only 20, it was more than 20 MCQs that I have done today. So similarly, tomorrow also I am going to bring up for you more 20 or 30 MCQs, so that till your exam you're going to prepare well versed with the MCQs and your exam will go nicely. But for that, you will have to subscribe my channel. Kindly share it and like it so that next time it will give me more enthusiasm for bringing up a new MCQs for you all, and so that you all will be well prepared with your exam. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Take care, and meet you again tomorrow with a new MCQ.